Focus. Focus. There we go. Hey there. Hello. Welcome. I've got some things I want to talk about. I don't know how I'm going to be able to start. I don't know how to really start out this video other than stating the fact that this man went from animated simulations of rockets going to orbit and then landing themselves back down on Earth for reusability to actually doing that in real life over and over and over again, successfully proving himself to everyone that you can create reusable rockets. It's just bravo. Bravo, Elon. But however, that is not what this video is about. I want to talk to you guys how back in 2016, it was like December, Elon came out with a tweet. He said that, he was sick and tired of the traffic. It's just nuts. And he's going to start a tunnel digging company. Now, you fast forward the clock a little bit from that tweet. And in 2017, he came out with a company apparel hat, which is something that companies tend to do. They come out with their own apparel. But what's so fascinating about Elon is with this company apparel hat, he sold in 2.5 weeks 50,000 hats, grossing his company $1 million in revenue. And then he made the joke saying if he was able to sell the 50K hats, he would come out with a flamethrower. And he came out with a flamethrower in January, and that sold out. He sold 20,000 of those flamethrowers in 4 days, grossing his company an extra additional $10 million in revenue. And while most people are looking at this saying, well, he's a billionaire, of course he could do it, or he's an alien from another planet, that's how he was able to do it, I say bullshit. It's not like this stuff just happened overnight, and let's break it down in this video so you guys can go out there and you can apply exactly how Elon does this, pretty much selling without selling. So if you've got an entrepreneurial bone in your body, ooh boy, this is the video for you. Firstly, let me just say this. Anyone can do this. It doesn't matter if you're currently in a business, affiliate marketing, network marketing, drop shipping online, or you don't have a business. As long as you've got an entrepreneurial bone in your body, but maybe the fear of having to do sales is something that scared you. The fact is, Elon never pressured people to buy his flamethrower. He never pressured people to buy his hat. And that really broke and shook the paradigm of most people's mindset when it comes to business and sales, which, what do most people say that you've probably heard a million times? You have to get the right products in front of the right people. And I mean, that does work. It can make you money. In fact, there was like a news article a couple of days ago that a Girl Scout sold 300 boxes of cookies in 6 hours because she was selling those cookies outside of a pot dispensary. So getting the right products in front of the right people, obviously, it still does work. But here's the thing. That's not how Elon did it. His flamethrower has nothing to do with his boring company. Same with his company apparel hat. Lots of companies have their own apparel. There's other companies out there that have flamethrowers too, but they're not producing the results that Elon has. So let's break it down, and then I'll use a couple business examples here. And first things first, if we had to pretty much identify it to one core thing, it comes down to lifetime value. Elon has delivered so much lifetime value in the marketplace by offering solutions to people and their problems. Okay, he's done that very, very well, but he goes above and beyond that. I mean, Tesla, if you look at it, he's creating cars that are fully electric and somewhat semi-autonomous. When you have other automotive companies out there that have the technology to create fully electric cars, but they're not, what are they doing? They're creating hybrid cars, EcoBoost cars, flex fuel cars. You see it all over the place because they're milking the consumer marketplace. And of course, that's just one example with one of Elon's companies, but he's been giving value for a very, very long time. And by him doing that, it's been able to build up a community and an audience of people that will literally throw their money at him and buy a flamethrower and buy just a company apparel hat. As ridiculous as it sounds, when you have your own community and audience, it creates your personal brand and people can relate with you because you're helping solve their problems. You're the solution maker. All right. You're the one that's going down a different path than most people. And because he's focused on his LTV, his lifetime value, it separates him from other businesses, kind of like the automotive example I just used. He's doing what I like to call the Wayne Gretzky, God, I'm having a hard time, Gretzky quote, okay? And that is, he's skating to where the puck is going, not where it currently is. And if it's not making sense for you guys, I want to use a couple other people as an example who are not billionaires, because I know some people will just be like, well, Brando, he's a billionaire, he can do anything. No, stop thinking like that, okay? So let's go over, let's check out Gary V. Gary Vaynerchuk. You guys should know who he is if you've followed my channel and watching this video. Gary V came out with a book. It's called Crushing It just this last week. It has been selling out in every retail store on and off the internet. Why is that? Because Gary V has been building up his LTV in the marketplace for a very long time, literally decades now. He started making YouTube videos. It was like Wine Library TV since 2006.
YouTube blows up. At 31, I'm on Conan O'Brien, Ellen. There's articles being written about me. Now they're writing that the business grew from $3 to $60 million in sales. I'm becoming this guy.
Because of all the free value he's given in the marketplace through social media, he can come out with a book and he can sell out immediately because of all that value. Without being a salesperson, he's selling without selling. What would be another example? Let's go check out Casey Neistat. I love this guy. I love him. So Casey came out with his own merchandise just last year in 2017. The second he came out with his merch, it immediately sold out. And I love his merch. I think it's awesome, great design, motivational too. But here's the thing you need to think about. There are other companies and entrepreneurs and businesses that have black hoodies and black t-shirts with like logos and designs on it. But how come those companies are struggling to sell out their apparel and clothing? Whereas Casey, when he comes out with stuff, it immediately sells out, and it sells out for a long time repeatedly. And again, it comes down to Casey's LTV. He has been posting so many YouTube videos giving value in the form of entertainment for literally, I think it's been at least 10 years now, or almost 10 years. So now because he's built up such a big audience by delivering this content, this value to people, it's not necessarily solving solutions, but he could be, because there could be people watching his videos that have depression, people watching his videos that are going through some rough patches in their life, and they're using his videos as a way to escape. So he could be solving problems, okay? And I'm sure there are people like that, because we all go through dips and valleys in our life. So of course, when he comes out with his merch or something new or a product he referenced, you bet your ass it's gonna sell out. You see, it really doesn't come down to being a student from Hogwarts and learning the mystical magical spells from Harry Potter and Dumbledore. You don't need to know that stuff to sell without selling. If you want to be like Elon Musk and sell out of products and services, or I mean, a lot of you guys are not even in businesses. You don't even have products, so you don't have to worry about that, but you want to be an entrepreneur. If you don't want to be salesy, focus on your LTV in specific marketplaces. It could be health and fitness, video games, something that you're passionate about, something that you're actually interested in, because that will build your community. It will build your personal brand and relatability in that marketplace. That way, when you come out with something, people will just throw money at it. It doesn't matter how ridiculous it is. It could be a jetpack, a cloak that turns people invisible, shoes that make you walk on water and glow in the dark. It could be the most ridiculous thing ever, and no longer will you have to rely on traditional ways of building a business, getting the right product in front of the right people, because you will already have the people. So you'll never have to rely on radio advertising or TV advertising or any of that stuff. That's how you dominate in 2018, instead of what most people are doing, which is what I like to call the 6-month entrepreneurs. They're not focusing on what they can create in a lifetime and deliver in value to the marketplace over their life, solving problems. They're like, oh, I want to get rich now. I want to start making $100,000 a year. So what do? Well, let's use drop shipping and affiliate marketing as an example, because I know there's going to be a lot of you who are in these two different businesses. Well, what they do is they find a product. If they're in drop shipping, they go to AliExpress, they go to wholesalers on Alibaba. Affiliate marketing, they go to ClickBank. Traditional business, they just find a product, and then they push that product out in the marketplace, and the marketplace doesn't know who they are. The product has no brand around it. Like, their cat t-shirt is no different than the Walmart cat t-shirt that they've seen locally and bought locally. So what makes them want to buy your cat t-shirt, even though it's a niche, even though you could show that product in front of the right people, doing an Instagram influencer shout out who built up a profile of people who are into cats, all right? And let's say you're trying to sell them this cat t-shirt, or you're running a Facebook ad to people who are interested in cats. Even though you're doing that, pushing your product out in the marketplace, 9 times out of 10, what happens to most people is they lose money and they lose time. And then they're like, oh, the product doesn't work. I'm going to go find the next product. I'm going to go find a more specific product that's going to make me rich overnight, so I can finally be that 19-year-old millionaire and prove to my family and friends that I'm not going to be a loser. It's a little bit harsh, but it's totally true. That's how most people think. So become that brand and influence by focusing on LTV. Don't just sell shirts or sell gumdrop gummy balls or super soakers because you want to be rich, because when times get tough, you're going to quit and you're going to be the 6-month entrepreneur that's going to be whining and crying why it's not working out after 6 months, and you got to find a new magical product. But you're probably wondering, well, Brando, can you get a little bit more specific in detail on what exactly I can do step by step to go out there, sell without selling, create the Elon Musk selling effect as an entrepreneur? Maybe you're not in anything, you don't have a product, you don't have a service, or you do. How can you go out there and make more sales, but with no influence, with no following? Nobody knows who you are. Well, as I like to say in all of my videos, almost all of my videos, I've got your back. I want to give you a champion's action game plan, and whether you follow through with this or you don't. It's totally up to you. First things first, I encourage you, get started on social media. Then what you do is look at other content creators. I'm going to say specifically using this Champions Action Guide example on YouTube. And what you want to do is look at what they're doing and ask yourself, what can you do better? How can you deliver more value? What could you have covered better than this individual? And then upload a video very similar to what they did and add what you could do better into that. And that's what's going to make you shine. All right. Not reinventing the wheel, but seeing what's already working out there. And if you're going to be one of those people who are like, well, Brando, I'm too shy to get in front of the camera. I'm an introvert. If you're that person, I understand. Everyone gets intimidated in the camera at first. It's new territory, right? So I've been there, but I want to inspire you guys, no matter what age you are or how young you are or all your excuses. And this is by a man called, you may have heard of him before because he's gotten shout outs by huge influencers, Johnny D. He is probably in his 70s. I actually don't know, but he's probably in his 70s. He's got 164,000 subscribers. He's been doing karaoke on YouTube for I think it's like 10 or 11 years. He's been uploading on the YouTube. This man is an inspiration to show you that if you have a passion and interest in something and you're consistent with it, you can build an audience, no excuses. And listen to the man's voice.
Waiting for your call. Tossing, turning, my heart burning.
Voice of an angel, and he's been able to build an audience, okay? Now, he's not selling anything, but if he did come up with his own merchandise, I bet you anything Johnny D would sell out of his merchandise instantly. I bet you anything he would. But then what I encourage you to do, this is going to be step number 2. In your YouTube video description, a lot of people link to products and that's fine, but I encourage you also link in the very top of it back to another form of social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. The reason for that is because as you build up your audience delivering your LTV on YouTube, you'll have people that look through your description and they'll click on your other forms of social media, which is important because it will build up your audience and following on those other social media platforms. So now moving on, all right, to the third thing, creating a weekly schedule. I have covered this before in other videos. You want to create a schedule because it's going to tell your audience when they're going to see you, all right? And if you don't have a schedule, like you're not uploading twice a week, 3 times a week, once a week, and there's always a guessing game of when you're going to next upload, it's gonna be very, very hard for you to build momentum with your LTV and actually build a sustainable audience. And then from there, moving on to the fourth thing, creating monthly goals is big. You need to have some sort of motivation that's gonna push you to want to follow your schedule. This could be subscriber based. This could be views based, okay? Like you want to get your first month on YouTube 1,000 views. Awesome. You want to get your second month 5,000 views. So other than that, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did put it together for you. A little bit of a different one, but I really wanted to break down and share with you guys how Elon did this, because it's not something that happened overnight. This happened over all the value he's delivered in his life thus far to the marketplace, to where, yeah, he can come up with some ridiculous, crazy shit, and of course, it's going to sell. And that, my friend, is the Champions Action Guide plan that I'm going to be following, and I hope and encourage you to follow as well. So whether you decide to do it or you don't, totally up to you. But I challenge you to take the challenge action plan. Anyway, guys, I'm rambling. I'm going to stop. I've got a coffee here. It's really cold. Wow. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace out. Rocky and I are out again, right, poo-poo? Say bye to the people. Say bye. That's my boy. That's okay. All right, I got you. Okay, I understand. My gosh, what a needy little guy.
I wouldn't have it any other way. If you're with me, let me hear you say